guys, we are just doing a video on how to clean carbs, and they're very easy. The first thing you want to do is obviously get them off the bike, and you want to spray some type of cleaner, whether it's brake parts cleaner or whatever carb cleaner you got, to really clean out the outside of the carb, just so that when you end up taking everything apart, it doesn't get more dirt inside there. Basically, there is 4 screws on the bottom over here. 1, 2, 3, 4 in the corner over there. And just get your Phillips screwdriver, make sure it's the correct size, and unscrew them. And the bolts will come out. And as you can see, we have these little metal, I guess you could call it a little bracket or something, but anyway, it holds the overflow tubes in place. So when you pull out the carb bowl, it literally just pulls straight out for the most part. You will have a pilot jet inside that hole right there, and you will need a small screwdriver, and the main jet will be right there. To take out the main jet, use a little 1/4 inch socket, and that just comes out like that, and get your skinny long flathead screwdriver to take out the pilot. Take those 2 out, and then what you could start doing is get your carb cleaner, start spraying it in those little holes inside there. All right, you see that there's one right there on the right hand side and one in the middle, spray in there. You could spray on the where the fuel line goes, inside there, and that hole right there in the center, and that one on the left. So you spray all those out with the carb cleaner. Then you want to get some compressed air and spray out all those areas that we were just spraying the carb cleaner in. Something to note, you want to be careful, is that there is a tiny pin right inside here that holds the float in place. Just be cautious of when you're spraying it and you're tilting the carb around, because sometimes these pins, they can slip out kind of easily, and if you lose the pin, then you're kind of screwed for the day, and you'll have to get another one if you don't end up finding it. But just keep that in mind when you're spraying it, and obviously use a good air compressor with good compressed air, and then blow out all those holes like I just said. And like I said, be wary of not to lose this tiny little pin in there. All right, so I'm gonna go clean these out. Got my carb cleaner, and like I said, the outside was sprayed on this one already, so we're good there. So now I'm just gonna spray it in those holes. Spray down the center. Make sure we get all inside there. There's the center hole right there. And we'll spray over here too. In the pilot jet hole and the main jet hole. Alright, next thing we're doing is we're going to turn on our compressor. Well, I already got air in there, so I don't got to worry about it. Put it up as high as it can go. And now I am going to spray all those holes. Like I said, be careful. You don't want to lose the pin. Alright, so now we're going up a few sizes on the main jet, just due to the fact that the last time I rode the quad and it was dialed in pretty good, that was around 90-degree weather. Now we're going to be in 40 and lower, so I'm going to go up a couple sizes. Main jet goes right in here. We'll screw this in by hand first. Oh, just to get it snug. Then we'll take our 1/4 inch ratchet and just tighten that down so it's snug. So something else I want to note real quick is that these jets that I'm putting in have already been cleaned. Anytime I swap out the jets, I know what I use for the winter and I know what I'm going to use for the summer. So I always clean them before I put these away in the bag with the other jets. And the jets that were that were in the carb, those will get cleaned before I store them away. But the pilot jet just goes right in here. And these are 35 millimeter Keihin carbs, PWKs, which are great carbs, by the way. But the concept is pretty simple, you know, and it's kind of the same with like stock carbs as well. So another thing you want to do is after you get your main jet and your pilot jet installed, is you want to make sure that the floats are moving freely, and if they are, you should be good to go. And now we're just going to put this bottom back in. It's actually pretty clean, but I'm just going to spray it anyway, just in case there's some stuff in there that I'm not seeing. Alright, that's clean. We will just kind of rub our hands over here to get rid of any dirt that was by this. Yeah, you can see there's a little bit of dirt. And of course you want to get that cleaned out before you end up putting it back into the carb. Alright, so we clean this out. Now you can see on this carb bottom bowl that there is a little lip that goes up and a flat part. The flat part goes towards the back of the carb on the PWKs, and the little lip part goes towards the front. So this is going to go in just like that. And I don't know if you can see it, but there's this pull right here, and that's going to go right in between there. Just kind of put that back in there. It goes down. Alright, we're going to put our screws back in. The ones towards the front of the carbs don't need these little metal brackets, so we'll just put these in there lightly. Just to snug them up a little bit by hand. Now make sure that these little screws for the carb bowl has this little washer, because it will help it preventing the bolt to come out. Just make sure you put them in tight. Now these little metal brackets are going to be going towards the back of the carburetor. You just slide them over the hose, and I take these off, while I'm cleaning it, because this thing could just slide down and you'll end up losing that. So this will just go down over here, like so. We'll get our screw, get that in there, get our Phillips head screwdriver, and we'll do the same with the other side. Put our bolt in here. Slide her down until she catches. So now, since they're basically done, before you really tighten these things down good, you want to shake the carb and listen for the floats to make sure that they're moving up and down. I can hear they're moving freely, so they're good. Carb is cleaned, and so I'll tighten up these 4 Phillips head screws, and then this carb is done. You just repeat on the same carb.